In this video, we're going to overview our irrigation installation. We had gotten it trenched in, but then some rain hit. Then we were able to get the line tapped into our existing system and run out to the greenhouse. Then we were able to get it backfilled before the next round of rain came. Let's take a look at the installation. Our water line entrance will come up. We'll actually feed some PVC internally. This actually goes to a hose currently, and a water tank, 100 gallons for our first table. We'll actually can unhook this if needed, but this is our fertigation for the outside bed. So the suction or the siphon actually goes out then and goes outside the greenhouse, and I'll show you. We tee it off and then we feed our beds both directions. So here outside, that's the fertigation line. It comes out and goes over to this set of beds. This is a shade cloth we're going to put on bay 2. It goes around the corner, and already need to get the weed eater out. They'll feed all these beds over on this side of the greenhouse. That other stub, it was initially the line. I was going to bring everything from the outside, decided it would be better if it was inside and then feed out. So this is a stub. We'll box it and insulate it. It just tees off the underground feed that you see goes up inside the greenhouse. So if we ever need, anything out here, we may even put a frost-proof spigot out here or something along those lines, but that's for future use. Here we have the roll of irrigation line set up on just a piece of conduit. We lay it across the bed of our four-wheeler, our Ranger, and it works really well. I'm folding the end of the line here to put a piece of the oval hose header pipe. We cut pieces of that, and then you slip that on the folded up into the irrigation, and it basically pinches it off or stubs it off so that it's closes the end of the line up. And we just roll it out. I take a stake. Here I'm actually putting it underneath some hoops. You can see that white fabric, that's shade / insect cloth, and we just put it under each loop. Obviously, if we don't have the loops there, we just walk it out, and I kind of hold it out to my side so that it lays down the center of the bed. And I carry a stake with me, a fabric stake, and I'll stake the end of the line so that it kind of holds it, and then I'll walk the line back up and make sure that it's centered. And then we'll show you how we just tie in a fitting valve that allows us then to open and close the lines. With these beds being about 150 feet long and our pressure off our well, we can run anywhere from 3 to 5 of these lines simultaneously. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends. Hope you find these videos helpful. Let's take a look at how we install the hose barb fitting next. Okay, we get asked quite often about how we tie in the drip lines to what's called the header pipe. It's oval pipe. This is a softer netafin where you're going to have areas you're going to drive over. If you want it to last longer, there's a much more rigid pipe, although it's really hard sometimes to get the barb fitting in. So in essence, you take a tool. In this case, there's a hole already there that's plugged off. Those are called goof plugs that plug old holes. We're going to reuse that hole. Anyway, you just punch through with this punch, and it's the size for this barb, and then it's a reverse thread. So as you tighten, it pulls this into the wall of the tubing and creates a seal. Similar fashion on the drip line. Thing you got to watch out for, these drip lines are engineered for certain flow rates.
And I don't know if you can see it on the video, but there's a little slit here. And depending on how much flow, we'll determine the length of the slit, the size, the placement, a whole number of things that's too much to go into right now. And so I'll just show you real quick how we pop these in and tie in the drip line. Pretty simple process. Take a pair of pliers. In this case, I've got some vice grips that are preset for the size of the goof plug. Just kind of lock onto it, give it a little wiggle, pull it out. If these are used ones, you'd want to flush it before you attach the drip so you don't plug those emitters up. Also, those slits or emitters need to face up so that they don't get debris from the line plugging them if they're face down. So any sediments and everything would settle in the bottom and the slits are up. Now, a lot of people just sit there and screw these things. Kind of a trick is just to hold this and screw the valve, and it'll pull up against the wall, and it's a lot easier than trying to screw this thing in. Now, as far as the drip line, I want it down the center of that row. We just kind of gauge this case, and you want to make sure you're not cutting where a slit is, because if the slit is right there at the union, it's going to leak around it. Kind of open it up. I just use my pinky, put it in there, kind of get it rounded out, and then you just kind of open it and push it on. And then I tend to just hold the tip of it with my thumb, and then again reverse thread, screw it out there, and then the last little tighten. That's it. It's all ready. When we turn on the feed, it'll fill that up, and in some places it'll settle. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. The garlic will funnel the water to where it needs it. Again, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like it, share it. We're trying to grow the channel. Hope you find this information helpful. I know there's a lot of it out there on the internet. This is the way we do it, and we started in 2019. I know others have been going a lot longer than us, but I hope you find it informative. Thanks for watching.